Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining and watching. I'm going to do some commentary to a person. I guess what they call is the mommy sector. Her name is Love Live, and I want to say this too. I was looking up some things and to actually qualify for fair use, your video, because some things I might say maybe seeming like I'm uh, making fun of or being judgmental. But like I said, I looked up some things, and to actually qualify for free fair use, the video must actually meet these criterias. It actually does need to, well, it says you must add new expression, meaning, or messaging to the original content. For example, heavy critiquing, reviewing, or parodying of it. So you actually do it need to, I guess, critique or criticize, because that's part of qualifying your video for fair use. So I just wanted to say that. The next thing I wanted to say is about this person uh, on the screen, this woman on the screen. I've watched a few videos, reaction videos of this lady, and just a few of these people who react to her seem to um, almost subtly. I just pick up on a subtle hint of almost fans. Now I know a few of these people said that they were one-time fans of this woman. Um, a few of them who once seemed like they were um, uh, uh, kind of like I said, under nose. It's like a hint of being a fan of this woman. It's actually just a few of them left, but even those seem like they become more aware of the reality of what's really going on with this lady, and they seem to not so much be, because I noticed, okay, and the reason why I'm saying this is a lot of, well, a few of these people who I've watched a few of their reaction channels, and that while they will criticize her, at the same time it's a hint of still sticking up for this woman. But like I said, I've noticed even those people are starting to shift over, because just the reality of what's really going on with this lady is too getting more too obvious now. And I want to say this too: how this woman treats her little boy. She has a toddler named AJ. I believe he's 4 years old now. She tells the little boy she's going to smack him, and if she and just the mistreatment, the way that she mistreat him, the way that she treats him, in my opinion, is a bit strange. It's weird. I don't understand her favoritism toward her little girl that she has. She has two toddlers. I think the little girl is maybe 2 years old. The favoritism that she blatantly shows that little girl when it compares to her other child is just strange. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but it's a little off to me. She has gotten slightly better with it. For some reason, she's gotten slightly better with how she's treating that little boy. But if you ask me, the damage is done. Um, when I say I would say it's abuse. She has literally abused this little boy, mentally, emotionally abused the child. And if she tells the little boy she's going to smack him, and I believe a few times she has actually, while on camera, smacked him. The time that they were in the park, which was actually the last time her three oldest children, because she has six children, the three oldest children don't live with her. They only came to visit her, and the last visit that they had with her, they were in a park. Excuse me. They were in a park, and she, on camera, she threatened the little boy AJ. She threatened him. He didn't do something that she told him to do, and she threatened that she was going to smack him. And then off camera, well, while she was still on camera, whatever it was, whatever command she gave him, he didn't follow. So she walks over to him. She says, "Wait a minute, let me," something to the effect of, "Wait a minute, let me go take care of this. Let me go take care of him." So she walks over. This is all on camera. And then off camera, you can hear her smack him, and you can hear him start to cry. Now, in my opinion, if you have a child who won't listen to you, you as a parent, you have the right to physically discipline your child. But also, in my opinion, smacking your child is very, it's not normal. I'll just put it that way. It's extremely abnormal. And that can cause severe problems, especially how young he is. He's 4 years old. I believe he just turned 4. And it's not a one-time thing. She constantly does this, constantly threatens him. If someone put when I say someone, maybe I'll do it. I'll put together a collage of all the videos that she's threatened to smack this child in the face. And like I said, that is just a very abnormal way to discipline your child. Most people, if they're going to physically discipline their child, they'll hit them. They may hit them, grab them by the arm, turn them around, and spank the butts, spank them on the behind. They may yank, pull them by the arm, and if they tell them to come here and they won't do it, they may go physically grab their child by the arm and pull them. Okay. All of those, in my opinion, are normal reactions, especially if you are a parent who is at your wit's end and you've tried verbally to tell your child what to do, and the child just won't listen. Those are all normal reactions to spank them on the butt, or grab their arm and pull them, things like that. But to smack them, and she smacks him hard. Can you imagine? This woman is all of probably close to 300 pounds. And we're talking about a tiny little 3 or 4-year-old toddler. That is horrible. That's horrible. It's inappropriate. It's abuse. It's definitely abuse. And listen, she does not have custody of her other three children. She gets on here and claims that she has 50-50 custody. By now, unless people who some of her followers or supporters, unless they are complete morons, and in my opinion, to support this woman, you would have to be a moron. Unless they are complete jackasses to believe that this woman still has 50-50 custody of her oldest three, you would have to be out of your mind to think that. There's no way. She does not have 50-50 custody of those the oldest three children. I don't care how many times she lies and says she does. She does not. And rightfully so. If I was a stranger, or I wouldn't, my child was in the park playing with her child, and you might have to step away for a minute, and you just assuming if the other parent of the other child is out there, you're assuming they'll kind of keep watch. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even trust her to do that with my child. I don't have any small children, but if I did, no way. So there's that. So I just want to get that part out of the way before I go into the video and into my commentary, because I have a few things to get into the video. So I'm just gonna keep going here. Another thing I think I should say too is now earlier, I believe it was last year, the end of 2025, she went to jail. She also owes child support. And for people who have watched her channel, you already know all about everything that I'm explaining, but some people may not have heard of the lady or whatnot. She went to jail last year for not paying child support because she owes child support on the oldest three, who she claims she has 50 custody of, which she's a liar. And like I said before, anyone who watches this woman knows that she lies. She lies to the point to where, honestly, I think it's a little something wrong with this lady. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I definitely do. So at any rate, she owes child support for the oldest three, the ones who she lost custody of. Okay. And she went to jail because she refused to pay the child support. So the next video I'm going to show is just a fast flashback of her explaining that she's going to jail for I believe it might have been even a little bit more to it as to why she went to jail, to be honest with you. It might have been a little bit more to it. You never know. She might have even gotten some charges on abusing AJ, because she smacked the little boy. And like I said, if she was bold enough to do this on camera, imagine what that child went through off camera when she doesn't pick up the camera and knows that people are watching her. Imagine what that child went through. So she could have went to jail for several things. But I'm going to start the video back, and this is her explaining that she is going to jail, which she needs to go back, if you ask me.
I was sentenced. You guys, is that the right word? I don't know. I'm going to jail, pretty much. I went to court and I was sentenced. You guys, is that the right word? I don't know. I'm going to jail, pretty much. I'm going to jail and I don't know. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up because this doesn't help anything. Like this kind of like threw a wrench in all of my plans, you know, to spend the most time with my kids and, you know, just a lot. But yeah, guys, I'm going to jail. So,
and I don't think anyone is hating
came true.
Anything about.
And to my supporters,
there's nothing to hate on.
I went to court and I was sentenced. You guys, is that the right word? I don't know. I'm going to jail, pretty much. I'm going to jail. And
there's that. And let me address this. When she may as well throw the word hater out of the window, because at this point, can she please explain what about her life is there to hate on? She has 6 children, 3 of which she lost custody of, and she really did not want the 3 children. I could get into why that is. So maybe I will just go into a little of it. So she had her 3 oldest children. They look nothing like her. Look, listen, I'm just gonna be blunt about what I'm saying. She has her oldest 3 children are very dark skinned black children. Okay. The father of those children, the man that she had the children with, is a very, very, very dark skinned black man. But even though she's very pale, fair complected, she is biracial, mixed woman, her children still turned out black. And to all accounts, the world, when we lay eyes on these children, these are very much little black kids. Not only are they very much little black kids, they happen to end up with dark skin. So now this is my opinion, and I don't think I'm too far off from the truth when I say that played a role into why she did not want the children. They don't look like her. They, hair texture is different than hers. All those things. In addition to, she's no longer with their father. Now, she's no longer with the other 3 children's father either. However, if anyone's paying attention, her youngest 3 that do live with her, they're her complexion. Her youngest child that she has, the little girl, could easily pass for Hispanic, definitely biracial, very pale skin, just like her mother. And her little son, AJ, he is very fair complected. He could pass for a biracial little child as well. Now, even though she's not with any of their fathers, she has no problem with raising them. So if you ask yourself, well, what's the difference? What is the difference between raising those 3 children, well, in 3 because she's pregnant with another child. Now that's a whole different story, because what I want to know, what would be interesting, is what happens when the child that she's pregnant with right now, what happens if that child comes out dark skinned? That's interesting. And you know, I think she might have had those thoughts herself, because there's another one of her videos early on in her pregnancy where she was very much trying to have an abortion. Um, because I think that she may have doubts of how the child may look. Now, fast forward to present day, she found out that the child she's having is going to be a girl. Um, so I don't know. It would be, because you know, you never can tell how these things will play out. You don't know exactly. You have some idea of how a child may look because of who you have the child with, but if she if she has some idea of who this child's father is, then that may explain why she was trying so hard to get an abortion. She was not trying to have this child. So, yeah, I'd like to see how this turns out. But um, so the three oldest that she has, they don't live with her, but yeah, just so I'm going to get back to the video. Here in this video, um when she says that people are hating on her, at this point I don't understand what there is to hate about. So, because you have 6 children and all the things I just explained, you went to jail for not paying child support. Number one, what I don't know any woman who owes child support. That's number one. Number two, you were 300 plus pounds. And in this video right here I'm about to show you, this is after she lost the weight. And what on this screen, like what's going on with the stomach down here? I mean, I don't know who would be hating on, like, okay, so it looks backward. No, I'm gonna be serious right now. It looks, never mind. Um, so I don't know who would hate on anything about your life. You lost custody of your 3 children. Okay, I could see if you lost custody, you're free from your child free now. No children. You're free to go do whatever you want to do. Um, live how you want to live. But that's not the case. You went and had 2 more little kids. So now you're tied down to, and you know, I'm sorry to make it sound this way for anyone who has little toddlers right now, but I'm just explaining her case, to where she lost her other 3 children or gave them away, because in my opinion that's what she did. She didn't want them to begin with, but she no longer has her other 3 children, but she was child free for a brief well, somewhat child free, but now she went and had 2 more children, and now she's pregnant with the third child. So her situation right now is she's running around with 2 little toddlers, all under the age of 5 years old, and all while she's pregnant, and as big as her stomach is now, it looks like any time, very soon she'll be going into labor. Um, in addition to that, she says she's moving. On top of all of that, she's not married. It's not like there's some big strong man there to take care of everything. She doesn't have any burden or to lighten the load. That's not the case. So she's going through all of this as a single parent. And someone's supposed to hate on that. Someone's supposed to want that, want that life. No, ma'am. No, indeed.
People, and you're gonna give them control of your kids?
So, and I'm just going to let the video play after I explain. This next part is when she is claiming that she would never put her children into the system, meaning CPS, Child Protective Services, or welfare, or anything like that. However, she actually did. And then there's going to be another part of the video of her even telling other women to reach out to CPS if they want services for their children. But here she goes here, one of her many lies, and just making herself look like a straight fool. This is one of the many times she's sitting here going into how she would never put her child into the system, meaning Child Protective Services or anything like that, when she actually, that's exactly what she did. But here she goes. Here she goes here.
People, and you're gonna give them control of your kids? You're a fool. You're a fool. And that's mainly why I won't put my other three babies in the system. For what? So I can get a couple dollars from their fucking that's out there for single moms, okay? And look into different avenues of how you can get it. That's how I was able to get mine with, through CPS because of the calls and everything. Because I already told you guys that is true. But I feel like you guys could also that is true. But I feel like you guys could also maybe reach out to CPS because I feel like people think CPS bad, but really CPS is also there to help. So I feel like if you guys reach out, you tell them how you're struggling or what you're struggling with, you're trying to get a job, you can't get childcare, I feel like they will help you.
Now here she's about to say where AJ is. AJ is in the daycare that she got through CPS. He's 4 years old.
I never craved this shit, but today was the day. I can't wait to see that shit. And she's at school. I miss going to the movies. I'm gonna go get him soon. Okay, so I'm gonna watch The Housemaid tonight. I can't wait for that Obsession movie to come on the apps.
That she's not paying for. CPS,
I can't wait to see that shit.
The system is paying for it.
I miss going to the movies. I'm gonna go see a movie. But AJ's at school, y'all.
So let me backtrack here.
My baby.
When she says AJ is in school,
in
what she means is he is in daycare. First of all, he just turned 4 years old. He was 3 when she first received the services from Child Protective Service, from CPS, from people calling CPS on her as they should have done, and probably will need to keep doing, if you ask me. Um, but when she says school, what she is saying is daycare, basically, because he's what, 3 or 4 years old, and she's not paying for it. The system, as she says, the system that she a while back criticized other people for utilizing, and then turn around and admitted that she herself uses the services from CPS, and now she's kicked back and eating all day while her 4-year-old is in school, and, well, quote unquote school, he's in daycare, when actually their daycare is actually for her to, it's to help her child as well, but while she has that free time, it's actually, she could be going to school herself, she could be working, and not sitting around looking unwashed and just funky and everything else. Now, in the next video, this is her leaving. The next video, you're going to see her leaving the barber shop. She took AJ to go get his hair cut, and once again, she goes on these weird rampages about very average looking men for some strange reason. She goes, I don't know, into some sort of bizarre thing to where she thinks unattractive to average looking men. She tries to pretend like these are the most handsome creatures, handsome men on the earth. It's very strange. But this is her leaving. The next video is going to be her leaving the barber shop and going on about some barber in there. And it was kind of funny because people in her comment section, you should have saw it. Go back and look at that video. People in her comment section are actually and questioning her. They're asking her, like, is this the guy you're talking about? And like, we don't get it, things like that. And listen, that's whoever the guy is, this is her fault. No one's saying, no one's calling him ugly or anything like that, but this is her fault for doing this weird thing that she does. You'd expect this person to just, let's just say it this way, you'd expect the man that she's talking about, these men that she's talking about, you'd expect them to look a whole lot different than what they actually look like. I think that's fair to say it that way. Nevertheless, this is the scene from her leaving the barber shop, going on her crazy rampage that she does. This is weird. It's just strange.
Who we child? Did you see what he looked like, honey? Who?